How are you supposed to put plywood up on a roof by yourself? None of the trusses are plumb. This is really hard to do without a second person. I definitely messed up. This is Simple Living with Biata. I want to become more self-sufficient, so I'm learning new trades to build my home and homestead from scratch. Over a year and a half ago, we bought 18 acres of raw land. I spent time learning how to clear trees and cleared our whole acre. For the first year, it was land development. I brought in utilities, built a shed, and even started the plumbing. And this past year, we got our foundation started, we got the concrete poured, and I started framing our home. Our walls are officially up and the trusses are on, and there's lots of work still to get done to get this home closed in. Last week I left you off by finishing so many little details like these ladders on the trusses, the subfascia, and even some plywood on the roof. This week, I want to finish putting the plywood up on the roof, and I don't know how I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna wait to finish off this 12-12 pitch because it's really steep to do on my own. This 12-12 pitch is done, so I'm gonna start right here. And in order to make anything doable by yourself, you need to set up jigs. So I'm using the scaffolding as a jig. So I have to set it up, unfortunately, in front of this door because these doors are in the way here to be able to lift the plywood up. Next up, I'm gonna put some blocking in front of the subfascia. That way, when I go to lift my plywood up there, it has something to catch and not slide back. And now I'm gonna do my chalk line 4 feet up all the way across the trusses. All right, I have the chalk line done, and now my issue is I need to figure out how the plywood is going up this valley. I think that's called a valley. So my first piece of plywood that I'm gonna put up is starting here. Here's the chalk line, going to this point and over to there. My issue is that plywood is not landing on a truss. It's landing on the other plywood. So what I'm gonna do is take this piece that is scrap on a 45 and put it here so that the plywood has something to nail into. I'm trying to minimize me having to go up and down like the scaffolding and the ladder. So hopefully my measurements are right. I definitely messed up. I don't know how my measurement is cut so short. Also, this guy has to drop a bit lower. It works. So this has been a little bit unproductive. So I got my first sheet nailed on, and when I went to go put my second sheet on, it was like crooked. It couldn't get on straight with the other sheet. So first of all, the trusses aren't plumb, which thank you for learning that term. I thought plumb and level were interchangeable, but it's not. Plumb is level vertically. Anyways, none of the trusses are plumb. This is really hard to do without a second person. I'm trying my best. I just have to take all the nails out of this little corner piece, and then hopefully I can figure this out. All right, let's try this again. From what I can see here, this truss needs to go this way. So I'm gonna double check I have my level this time. Try to make sure everything's plumb. Okay, this kind of has been an odd turn of events. They are level, and that's why we have this green thing here. We leveled out the gable end and everything else should be level. So the trusses are level. It's just the one that I coincidentally nailed into is like really quirked and twisted at the end. So that's why it was making it look really off. But I'm glad I pulled off that one corner ply anyways, because I just need to make a minor adjustment. And then I should be able to get back to it. First row officially done. It's starting to rain. They're calling for extremely stormy weather. What in the heck are these clouds? Better get up there and finish a few more off quick because I think the storm is coming. It is looking so good. So the second row was much easier than the first row, and that's the way it always is when it comes to doing something new by yourself. So the rest of it should go by much more quickly, but it is starting to get a little bit suspicious with the weather. So I think what I'll do is just make some cuts and start putting some of my tools away and probably see you tomorrow. This is insane. I'm so glad I packed up. Good morning. That was a crazy storm last night, but I'm back at it. I would love to get this side done and the other side done today. I only have 7 hours. I feel like it's a bit ambitious, but now I'm on a roll, so I feel like I can just whip these out. Good morning. Okay, I haven't looked yet. I still have to do the very top strip, but it's only gonna be like 10 inches maybe. I'm so excited. Wow. This is so cool. And then to get the sub fascia up here, I'm so excited. I'm gonna wait to do that top last strip once both sides are done. Here's me procrastinating, putting up the scaffolding. And here's me putting up the scaffolding. And now I need to start cutting the first sheets for the next side. Placing these sheets is what takes the longest because if you're off all the way up. So I'm gonna spend a lot of time making sure the other side is good to go. I only have like maybe 2.5 hours left of my day. First row on the next side is done, and it's the end of my day. I'm actually gonna go pick our daughter up from Nona and Poppy, my mom and Craig. So hopefully I can get back here soon to finish up this roof. I think I'm gonna need someone here to make this go by more quickly. Well, something happened here. At least it still works, I think. Okay, yesterday I was supposed to come with Cam, but it poured literally all day. It was pouring rain. So I'm here alone. You can see the little pool in our bedroom. Love that. It's really just time now to get this done. So first things first, the valley on the other side that I've already done is a little wonky, and so I'll probably fix it a little bit, but there is going to be another like gable above the door, so it really won't be noticeable because it's going to be covered over, so I might not spend too much time on it. But this side, there's nothing to hide it. So what I'm going to do is I have a string line up here. I'm going to go to the very top in the middle and take a string line all the way down here and make sure that the ply in the valley is looking nice and even. I saw a comment saying we should have done this to set the trusses going up the cathedral roof or the rake roof, and I completely agree, and I wish I thought of that, but we're gonna try it now and see how we did. Honestly, we did a pretty good job. It's only off by a little bit. Next up is time to measure and get the next row of plywood up. Oh my gosh, we have shade. Yay! Officially, one entire half of the house is completely sheeted. I do just have to fix this corner here. I just need to cut a little bit more off the side. So other than that, this valley looks pretty good. this doesn't look great, but the other thing is that there's gonna be insulation and roof paneling coming down this side. So there needs to be enough space here. Okay, I had to leave here, but I came back with my family. So my husband's here. He's able to help with the other rake roof, the 12-12 pitch. That's just a little bit too steep for me to do on my own. So it's gonna be a late night, but luckily I made tonight's dinner last night, hoping that we would be able to make this work. And my daughter is watching a movie. One day our lives will be back to normal. Welcome back, Cam. All right, next measurement. My family has sacrificed so much to bring my dream to reality. This wasn't their goal at all, but I'm so thankful that they've come along this journey with me, and I absolutely love having Cam here with me because, oh my gosh, sheathing goes by so much more quickly. You got that perfect?
Lucky.
Wow.
I guess you can pull that up.
Thank you. And only in the matter of like an hour and a half, we got this side done. It would have taken me at least half of a day, and we got one piece on the other side up so that if I do get to it tomorrow, which I probably won't, I'll be able to use that as leverage for the next ones. It's always that first row that's really hard to start, especially on that 12-12 pitch. Even just having this in makes such a big difference. Good morning. So I think this is like probably a full week into sheathing now, and we're on officially the other side. This is the gable end, and on the other gable end the other week, my husband and I took a ratchet strap to a tree to level it out because it was leaning in. Now this one is leaning out, so we got to crank it in, and the easiest way I can think of to do this when you're alone is to use a ratchet strap. So I'm gonna take a ratchet strap from the top of the gable end here down to one of the walls. It doesn't need to come in very much, maybe about a ½ inch to an inch. That way I'm not fighting with the gable end while I'm up there, and it's perfectly level. Time to start sheathing. So I'm gonna do the string line down this way now. You can kind of already tell that the second truss down going up the cathedral out of these three is a little bit too far back this way. I'm gonna try smashing it that way. We definitely should have done this when we were installing them. I'm hoping I can make it work, maybe take a couple of nails out and bash it over with a 4-pound sledge. One of my favorite comments on a video that I uploaded 2 weeks ago, somebody said they make nail pullers and sawzalls for a reason. Don't feel bad for making mistakes. It's a learning experience, and boy, oh boy, has this ever been a learning experience. Okay, I've gotten it a lot closer, and what I did was I measured from here to here, and this actually just needed to go up the hill a little bit more. So I've been bashing at it, and it's seeming to get closer to that string line. Ah! No. No. Oh. As you can see, I smashed it all the way out. I was hoping to not do that, but I did. So I think what I'm gonna do to put this up by myself is to put a piece of blocking up like we did with this one, so that I can slide it into the correct position, it's at the correct height, and then I can just lift it up and nail it into place. Also, everything is just warped and twisted, which is probably why they call it rough carpentry, because you cannot make this absolutely perfect. But that was way off. This is worth fixing, I hope. So now these two are fixed. This one is a little bit over that way, but I'm gonna leave that one as I think the truss on that one was a little bit warped. And now our side view is looking amazing. Okay, it's officially time to start sheathing. After almost a week of doing sheathing, I'm getting more and more efficient, but it's not quite enough to get all of this done in a full week. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, like and comment. I love hearing from you, and I'm gonna see you next week. It might seem like I can get this closed in a few days, but there's so much more to get done. So I'll see you next week.